it's Chevy Malibu on Bossy Live. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Adrian Hibbert, and my other co-host and super producer, Anthony Malcolm.
Yo, yo.
And I have a whole nother super producer we just stole in the background today. We have Adrian Carter.
He's so
Also,
talented, guys.
So yeah, we're gonna come on and do. I know we're super late, and I'm so happy if you guys come back and check us out again. But we still have a couple of hot topics we want to talk about today. Hey guys,
Hey.
What up? What up?
you guys good?
Yeah,
Yes.
How's your week?
Dope.
Oh,
Dope.
Dope.
it's
Yeah, it was dope.
been good. It's Monday. Mondays are always pretty hectic.
Anthony, you said dope with a lot of head nodding.
Yeah,
Like it was
man,
like
it
a
was
really
dope.
dope.
So I
Yeah.
went down to Morningside
What's that?
Park.
Okay.
It's a park down there by Little Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
and I went out there and had a great time.
Okay.
You know,
What is it? What would you do there?
laying down on the blanket.
Oh,
Oh,
You know,
oh,
enjoying.
you said you was on a date.
romantic, huh?
I know he ain't saying huh.
Huh?
You can huh, you can hear.
Yes.
I was out there. Yeah.
He was
He was
out
out-
there.
exactly.
I was out there.
Okay.
Too, that.
Morningside Park. Okay. I know that. So I like picnics.
Yeah.
Me too.
Like I'm a picnic person. I'm an
Yeah.
outdoor date
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I want to be.
With nature
Yeah.
and
Like,
some food.
also, it's different. Like how many times can you movie?
Mhm.
How many times? Well, I mean,
I can movie.
I can actually do that a lot.
100,000.
But I think that those dates are the dates that connect you. The ones
Mhm.
where there aren't distractions,
Yeah.
like happening. Like
Mhm, mhm.
when we can't just talk about the menu and the food or
Mhm.
the movie that's on there.
Mhm.
Then you have like the real conversation,
True.
right?
True. True.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
My week was good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Last week, I think since we've done a show, busy. I have a lot of different events and stuff coming up. Some are still secret, some are not.
Mm.
So, but it's gonna be a very busy last quarter.
Mm.
Yes. Quarter
Yeah, so
four.
we're gonna have- yeah, quarter four. We're trying to amp things up a little bit.
Yes.
A little bit. Our topics tonight, really quick. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Colin Kaepernick mini? It's like a mini series on
No.
Netflix.
No.
Um,
And it's coming to Netflix. You know they
yeah.
love everybody black.
You know what? I have figured out Netflix does love everybody.
Everybody
black.
black.
Um,
We making them all the money.
They are. I was actually looking the other day, like
Mhm.
as I was looking for my shows to watch. That
Mhm.
remember before when it used to be like, there's only like 2 or 3 black shows, so we're like all
Mm.
looking for those few shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now there's like a lot.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
They
say I
bought
watch them all.
everything. They went to the store and bought everything. They bought the
Yeah.
African shows. They bought the Indian shows. They bought all the black shows. They bought everything the black people are in. They're just like, give me
Not
those.
even just Netflix, like period, like just like every network.
Mhm.
Remember, it used to be like only like NBC used to have a few black sitcoms,
Mhm, mhm.
UPN.
right? But it is. But now there's like on every channel almost there's something, right? And
Mhm.
it's a good time. Not that they're all great,
Yeah.
but it's a good
Mix.
mix
Mhm.
of shows lately that you're not looking for. That time we used to be like, does anyone on TV look like
Mhm.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I know what I started watching.
Okay.
And first I was hating a little bit.
Mhm.
That people like us. Who? Hey Keith. What was it? What's it called?
Our kind of people.
Our Kind of People.
Yes.
Right. So I'd heard about the book.
model.
Yes. I
Mhm.
heard about the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about the book. And first of all, I felt like this was one of those when people say something that like maybe it's a compliment, but also it's kind of shady.
Mhm.
So someone had said something about the book. They were like, have you never read that book? Our Kind of People? And I was like, no. They were like, kind of reminded me of you. I thought you might like it. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at the premise of the book and I was like, bitch. So then I was a little like, and then I maybe not want
To watch the series.
not want to watch it.
Mm.
So I watched it, and it was very reminiscent of. Do you remember the show Revenge that used to come on ABC?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you remember the girl that you watch Marvel movies? Do you remember the one that was the agent that lived across the street from Captain America, the blonde girl?
Yes.
Mm.
That was like she was Shield, and she was a part of Shield.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so she used to have a show for maybe 6-7 years on ABC called Revenge. It was so good. It was
Mhm.
like this girl that came back to the Hamptons and to like avenge and clear her father's name for a crime that all these rich people kind of framed him for. But she had like money and spy gear, and it was like action scenes, and it was like a really good show. And our kind of people is a black girl coming back to Martha's Vineyard to clear her mother's name from all these rich people that kind of framed her for something. But there's not a lot of money and action scenes and spy gear. But they're kind of like amping up the drama, and I like that we're getting a different kind of show. You know what I mean? Like,
so what show is that?
This is Our Kind of People. That's what. Oh,
that's what it is.
Yeah, Our Kind of People. Yeah, okay. Revenge was so good. That was a good show. So
that is actually
so it's just almost the same.
The British.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I said. I looked at it and I was like, so it's. I actually watched the first episode and then I posted. So this is just revenge without spy gear, and like 10 people were like, yes. Yes, it is, but I still kind of like it. And I was like, okay, just making sure that what I'm getting is it's the same show.
Yeah.
Just they just colored it in brown
and now
and moved it from the Hamptons to Martha's Vineyard.
Gotcha.
But so far, I really kind of like it, and I like when we get shows that aren't the same. Drugs.
Yeah, that's why I told you.
Well, you didn't watch BMF.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch. I'm tired of 50 Cent. Like,
you know what? Someone else said that they didn't want to watch it
because you got the Power, then the Power Book, then you get off into Raising Canaan, and then you get off to this.
Is that miniseries?
Yeah.
So, shut him down.
So
here's the thing. I thought I wanted to see BMF because I was like, okay, it's a little different from Power in that this is based on real people, true story like that. So I like things that are true story, right? I like that's what I usually like. I was done with Power towards the end. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I started to watch it, but do you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen like the way Tyler Perry writes women, and you're like, women don't actually talk like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of black women. We don't. That's not how we speak. Yeah. Like we don't call each other sister girl while we talking. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like some script of Dear White People.
Yes, it sounds like I see what you're trying to do, but we don't talk like that, right? So when I'm watching BMF, I'm getting a lot of is some white writing this and be like, this is how black people talk to each other during that time. And I was like, why are they all so angry at each other? Ain't they crew? That's not how crew talk to each other. So I was irritated by that. That's what it reminded me of. Like, what color are the people writing this down?
Yeah.
Maybe not the show, but the dialogue seems.
Tommy from Powers.
It sounds. It's like
it's not even as good as Tommy talk normally.
It's like 70s
in the writing room.
70s ex-black exploitation. Like, yo, I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah, like
Jive turkey.
Like, do you like this person or not?
That's crazy.
I felt like that's what I feel like that they're over exaggerating.
Yeah.
And I get like to some. That's what I felt like. I realized to other cultures, sometimes the way we speak to each other may seem a little aggressive, even when we like each other. But it was so over the top that I'm confused on the story. Like, but I thought that's your brother. You like him or you don't like? And I was like, oh no, this is not black people writing this. It can't be.
Yeah.
I don't know who he got in that writer's room, but the way they're speaking, we would know what we talked like in the late 80s and 90s.
But they should have watched New Jack City before they did that.
Yes, like right.
Like watch some things where you could actually pull from other characters and see how we.
That's what it felt like to me. So I don't know if somebody knows what the writers look like in the writer room.
I'm about
BMF,
to listen. I'm gonna Google everything now.
Let me know.
Yeah, and
that threw me off.
That's why I don't really subscribe to those things anymore. Because I mean, we're at the age where we went through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like now we generated that money, we generated the status. Let's get into another field, and that's why I love Blood and Water. I think the African director behind that, and it's kind of weird because they have white writers behind that, right? But I like how it exudes so much black excellence in there. The way they talk, the scenery, the dialogue, the music, everything just flows so naturally as black excellence. You know, it's not nobody in ghetto situations. It's middle class blacks, wealthy blacks. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, and I'm like, oh, why are we doing this in Africa, not here? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I agree with you. I used to have this thing like I have family members would be like,
Mm.
you don't watch black shows," and
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I watch shows that are good, and if they happen to have black people in them,
Mhm.
then that's good too.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna just go the show just
Because
because.
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Because if you're a TV person or a movie person,
Mhm.
you need the storyline and the
Mhm.
plot and the dialogue to be there.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's why I quickly was like, I watched Raising Kanan, but I didn't do like the end 2 seasons of
Mm,
Ghost. I
mm.
was of the first Power. I
Mhm.
was like,
Mhm.
this is dumb. I don't
Yeah.
even like this anymore. And I didn't do now. Some things could be about the same thing,
Mhm.
but the way it's written,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I think Snowfall is
Yeah, exactly.
tremendous.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's not that I'm saying
yeah,
don't tell these stories
yeah,
anymore, but the
exactly.
way they tell the story and the nuance of
Mhm.
character,
Mhm.
like it's not just the drug game. It
Mhm.
is, but
Mhm.
it's also all
A
the
message and stuff.
relationships between people.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. They make these characters so one dimensional. Remember we were talking
Mm.
about it in the second version of Power, the way
Mhm.
they had Mary J. Blige,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the next month I'm like, so all black mothers, if they're in the drug game, they all didn't really like their kids, and I was like, is she
Mm.
supposed to like her
Yeah,
kids?
exactly.
Like, is there? If anything, they could have done a good
It's
job.
so disgusting.
Right, like they
Mhm.
could have given her
Give her
another
some
layer.
depth.
So be like, okay, look at this woman that she's in this world,
Mhm.
but obviously she's doing it out of a love for her children.
Mhm.
But instead, they gave it to us like she's in this world, and that's why she's so mean
Mhm.
to her
Mhm.
children.
That's
Yeah, because
and
of the
that's the
because of the sacrifices she made that
yeah.
now she resents her
Yes,
child.
Yeah.
and they gave it that so
Mm.
she was one note the
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
time.
But that's the
That makes sense.
difference between a 50 Cent and a John Singleton.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Even though we had Boys in the Hood,
Which
it's
we
so
just
much,
talked about.
yeah, it's so
Yeah,
much
Yeah.
yeah,
gems in there. It's
yeah.
like it overshadows
Because
some of that
because
destructiveness.
he gave everyone layers.
Yeah,
They were whole human
exactly.
beings instead of being like this
Yeah.
person is a drug
Yeah,
dealer.
yeah.
This person was a hooker. This
Mhm,
person was, you
mhm.
know what I mean? Everyone had
Yeah.
all the they were human. Everybody
Hmm.
was mad human. So I
Exactly.
like that. So it's not that I think that we can't tell those stories
Hmm.
anymore, but we
Hmm.
can tell them in a better
In
way.
a better way.
And
When you
plus,
know
we
when
need
you know
balance.
better,
Yeah.
you
We
do
need
better.
balance.
Yeah.
And like, come on, 50.
Yeah.
You
need,
know better. You
I think
don't
he
direct
feels
it.
like he
That's
found the formula.
yeah,
No recycling
yeah.
Yeah,
until
but it's
then.
so
It's
garbage.
just I just love the balance. I think
Mhm.
we need balance because we're just going too much into that direction.
I I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys seen that there's going to be a black horror anthology.
Mm,
We don't get a lot of horror and fantasy of our
Yeah.
own.
yeah.
I think this last Candyman was like our 1st
Hmm.
kind of like let's take
Horror.
our horror
Yeah.
movie back
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
But there's going to be a series of like
Mm,
short stories of like, and I'm really excited for that.
that's dope.
I
Do you
watch.
think what you call it opened the door for that?
Jordan Peele? Absolutely.
Yeah, and the black girl he put on that made that series with the sci-fi horror.
Are you
Uh,
talking about Love,
Yeah, Lovecraft.
Lovecraft Country?
Lovecraft?
Yeah.
But
What's
also
the
the
other
one, them.
Them,
Mhm.
all of that, because
Mhm.
they realized, oh,
Us.
this brings money.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
this
Oh
all
yeah,
brings
listen.
money.
Once black people started making things and white people started coming to see
Now
it,
they like it.
they were like,
Um,
"Oh,
I don't know.
but you guys are
So
movies now."
sometimes, like when I'm fans of something, I
Mhm.
will leave the group fans because people that don't look like us will get very upset about
Mm,
the
Yeah.
multicultural. So
Mhm.
everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge vampire fan, a huge
Mhm.
Anne Rice fan.
Mhm.
And I think it's AMC
Mhm.
is this bought the rights to the vampire series,
Mhm.
all of the Interview with the Vampire, and
Mm,
they're making it into. They bought a couple of series.
mhm.
So as they made their announcements, they've made some of the actors black. So now Brad Pitt's
Mm.
character in Interview with the Vampire is Grey Worm from Game of Thrones.
Mm.
And when I say them white people lost their damn minds, they lost their
It's
Yeah.
minds.
And it's
exactly
so
what
funny
happens.
because when we do the opposite,
They don't
then
like that either.
yeah, they don't.
They like Superman can't be black, Captain America
Yeah.
can't be black.
But then you talk about gods of Egypt all white.
Yes,
And we
right.
supposed to accept
Yeah, and we're
that.
supposed to accept that. But I was like, actually, so that of course they're writing the writer, and
Mhm.
she says it makes sense for
Mhm.
Louis to be Creole because they're in New Orleans.
Thank you.
They're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So then, once they made him Creole,
Mhm.
they also then could make him a plantation owner. So they've changed his job to like he's like a brothel owner. They also made Claudia, the little girl that Kirsten Dunst played. She's also
Black.
biracial,
Okay.
and they are so up in arms. And I keep be looking like y'all be big mad.
Mhm.
These they
But you
so
guys do it to us all the time.
Yeah.
like they do not want to let us in their spaces, and I'm
Mhm.
like, these are they're like, it's ruining the story. How?
Yeah.
You didn't even
How
see
this
it.
one
Listen.
brown face just
Yeah.
ruined the entire thing for you?
Yeah, and it's crazy because they do the same thing with music. Like when Beyonce had her country album,
Uh-huh.
they didn't want her in that
Nope.
category. So they always
Well, but we
reconstruct
can
things to
have
put it.
Iggy rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but we can
Eminem
like
rapping.
yeah. And
Mhm.
so I
Mac
found
Main, whatever
that
his name is.
Mhm.
it's weird
Mac
that I
Man.
literally had to realize, let me unfollow group
Mhm.
posts because she
I'm
has
out of
her
there.
own fan group that she actually interacts with. But they lost their mind and I
Yeah.
had to unfollow because I'm like, this is something I'm so excited about and I'm hearing them every
Mhm.
day like this is
Complain.
disgusting.
Little
Did
Mermaid.
you see
Little Mermaid also.
did you see the article with Stephanie Mills recently?
No, what did she do?
She said that she was like the industry wants R&B, but not from us. That's why they created Justin Timberlake.
Oh, she's shady. But I get it. Like, but that's what
And
I'm saying.
98 degrees.
They
Mhm.
want what we're producing, but not to have
Yeah.
to look at
Mhm.
us. And I'm like, Anne Rice writes books based in New Orleans.
Mm.
Every single book except for the ones that go all the way back to like
Mhm.
during the church, Roman Catholic Church
Yeah.
times. Everything else is there. Why wouldn't we be in the stories of the reenactment of it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like what New Orleans you know that was
Yeah.
all white? Like, you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
That's why I love the Five Heartbeats when they got mad, like, yo, you can't give our record to the Four Horsemen, which was four white.
Right. Like, but that's what they want to
That's what they
do.
do.
And I'm like, they don't want us. We can have our own. We're allowed to move in their spaces.
Yeah,
Like, this is
exactly.
a great story. Why can't these actors? Like,
Mhm.
I'm super excited for Greg Worm. I don't know his
Mhm.
real name. He's also a rapper.
Mhm.
You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He does music also.
Yes.
Stick to
Um,
acting.
I'm not, he had like a cute song. I forgot what it was now, but it was cute. But speaking of all black movies that I'm excited of, The Harder They Fall. That looks so
Ah.
good.
I'm
The
excited for
all
that.
black western with Idris.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
get to see that.
You
yet.
ain't see the trailer?
No.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh
came
no,
out
I
a
seen the
little
trailer.
Oh, okay,
It's
yes.
coming out.
November.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
And I just saw, and I'm kind of thinking about this. So y'all tell us if y'all want to do this. That even though it's premiering on Netflix, Cinemark
Mhm.
is showing it in theaters for private, so you can do like $249, and we can do a private
Oh,
showing
yeah.
Oh.
for a lot of people. And I like that idea because
Yeah.
I
maybe
mean, Bossy
that
brings you
needs-
to the movies?
Yes, to see The Harder They Fall. That's going to be all of those actors are like phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
I
Yes.
think.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
fun.
like that they're premiering it.
Mhm.
I see. That's why I appreciate Jay-Z.
We love Jay-Z.
Appreciate Sean Carter.
I love all the Carters.
You know what?
Vince Carter too.
I love Vince Carter.
Love all the Carters. Okay, great. We had a question tonight. And I asked this question only because I saw someone commenting about she felt obligated to address, her recent relationship breakup. And I thought, why? Why you gotta tell everybody? So I talked to her offline, like, why? And she was like, people feel like if you shared when things were good, if you break up, you owe them an explanation.
Mhm.
And I was appalled because I feel like I don't owe y'all anything.
I was a Daniel.
And and somebody else said, well, if you don't want to share the breakup, you shouldn't share
The good parts of your relationship.
And then someone else said, this is why I wouldn't share my relationship until after my wedding. And I was like, is it that serious for people? So I needed to ask, how soon do you share your relationship or at all? And like, do you judge other people for like
not sharing
for
theirs.
not or for sharing? What's your feelings on sharing your relationship on social media?
I would. To me, I like it.
Mhm.
I like the fact that you can see that I'm happy and I'm cool to share it with the world, because at the end of the day, the social media is pictures, right? That's our
Yeah.
photo album.
That's what
So
I'm
we
saying.
don't have the traditional where we take the pictures and save it amongst ourselves. We take it through our phone. So if
Mhm.
we have it in our phone, we're going to share it because
Yeah.
we have friends and families on our page as well. That's what we don't take in consideration.
Right.
And some of them are great distance away from us.
Mhm.
So they probably,
Don't get to
interact through see
Yeah.
what we're going
What's
through
going on in
through
your
them.
life.
And
Yeah.
they could react that same way. You know
Right.
what I mean? Especially through COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with that. And when people share their relationships, I love it. Like when I see Adrian and Adrian,
Mhm.
I'm in stories, where they're on their page,
Mhm.
and I love it. I
Yeah.
hit the love button. I just love the interaction of Black love
He's a
because
Libra.
so what, so what happens is that we don't see enough of it, and I'm real
Mhm.
heartfelt about representation. I
Mhm.
love representation. We always see the thing is, like you say, with the dominant society likes to control our narrative,
Mhm.
and the shows that we always see, and that's one thing I didn't like about the Tyler Perry thing is
Mhm.
like it's cool when he be in the dress and everybody's funny and everything, but when he does the serious things like Fall from Grace,
Mhm.
and you got a guy in
The
the
family
bed
that
talking
prays.
about with his
Mhm.
big ass feet talking about some go get me the ashtray.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to see that side of a guy,
Mhm.
especially a black man,
Mhm.
calling a black woman bitch, and
Mhm.
she's helping you through this whole movie. She's been
Mhm.
a phenomenal woman, and you do that to her.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the show.
Yeah.
I have a Tyler
I'm not
Perry
watching
aversion. I'm
Fall
sorry.
Yeah.
from Gray.
I tried. Like, here's the thing. I got to, I understand.
Mhm.
Like, look at what he's done.
Mhm.
But at a certain point, you have to look for a
Evolve.
certain kind of quality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
That's how when I said I tried to watch like one or two shows. Remember I told you I watched that one show I was getting my hair done
Mhm.
and the girl was binging. And I thought I was being punked.
Or punished.
I was like, this can't be a real show people watch, right?
Yeah, but that
Like,
the writing was horrible.
not just the writing,
Mhm.
it was so low effort, even of
Mhm.
the directing,
Mhm.
kind of like, oh, like the camera shoots and I'm like this. And then it pans to talk to the next person, it comes back, but I have now a phone in my hand and it's gone. And I'm like,
Listen,
I know,
Adrian
and
gets
lots
all
of
people
scenes
about
like
that
And I was
continuity,
like,
okay?
So
And
he
then-
was
and then,
just like, don't worry about it. My fans
Yeah.
don't care.
And
That's
the
what it
audio
started
mic,
to feel like.
yeah, the audio
Yeah.
mic, you see the audio mic dipping in.
Yes, that's what it started to feel like to me. Like, oh, he just feels like they'll take anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
And-
care.
and
They'll
it's-
just do it
yeah.
because my name is on it. And that's what I start to feel like. I
Yeah.
feel like you trying me because
Yeah.
you knew this
Mhm.
wasn't up. And you
Yeah.
were just like, let me just give it to him. They'll take it because it's me. And
So-
I'm not a fan
So
of
it's
that.
like low cost, more
Yeah.
more profit.
Yeah. And my thing is, people can put low cost and still put high effort.
Yeah.
Where's
true.
the effort? This
Yeah.
doesn't even look like you tried.
Yeah.
It looked like everything was. It didn't even look like he wrote dialogue. It
Mhm.
looked like they were like, "This is the situation.
Mhm.
Y'all get up there, just talk about it."
Mhm.
And I was like, somebody wrote
Yeah.
this down, and
Action.
you learned these. These cannot be the words
Yeah.
someone wrote down. So yeah, I don't think that when we're given the opportunity, we can tell better
Mhm.
stories about each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't have the people who have the access to do it
Mhm.
aren't exactly doing that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's really kind of annoying.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
why we look at so much of the independent films because those creative writers do a
Mhm.
phenomenal job. And shout out to Issa Rae.
Mhm.
You know,
I
she done a
love her.
phenomenal job, but she started out, low budget and
Yeah.
she got that.
YouTube vids.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then on top of that, it's just crazy because she's just one woman and you're like, damn, why is that not a blueprint? You know what I mean?
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
And a lot of people I think tried. I think I think for Issa it was a combination of talent,
Mhm.
putting in the work, and then timing. When someone was like, you know what, let's give someone this shot.
Mhm.
Because I don't think I've seen over the years, especially like the years of doing ABFF down here,
Mhm.
and seeing there are people that have been,
Mm.
but
They just never get the
lightning don't
opportunity.
strike
Mhm.
everywhere, and it doesn't mean they weren't just as talented
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything like that. But I feel like because of the way social media is set up, we're all kind of curating our own content
Mhm.
for
Story.
everyone,
Mhm.
right? For everyone 24/7.
24/7.
You are curating stories.
Mhm.
We're saying these stories we want to see, but there are real stories in front of us.
Mhm.
And I think it's weird when people aren't excited to see your happy moment in your
Mhm.
story,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Mhm.
I agree.
it's okay
Mhm.
if it doesn't last forever. Right now, this person is happy and they're showing you they're
Mhm.
happy.
Mhm.
And I've never understood why people be like, I hope you do all of this when it don't go well. And I'm like,
Mhm.
really? You hope that? Like that's something you hope.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Because I think the door for that opened up through reality TV. I think reality TV gave people the entitlement to look into your life in
Mhm.
totality and not parts of it. Because reality TV shows you a lot of the bad parts,
Mhm.
even though they show you
But
good.
then I feel like, so look at reality TV then. Why do you want this person, like this particular person, you feel like I need you to show me more than your happy moments?
Because
Because-
reality TV is not connecting.
Yeah.
They're
So
not connecting that
Yeah,
if you show
and-
me a little bit, I need to see everything.
and not only
No,
that,
it's not connecting. Like the proximity. Like
Mm,
because I know you
yeah.
Mhm.
and you've showed me a piece of your life,
Mhm.
then I feel more connected to you
Mhm.
because you're like everything's 6 degrees of separation.
Exactly.
Reality TV is like miles and miles away.
Mhm.
Yes, I can watch it. It's still reality, but I don't know those people.
Yeah.
I'll never meet Kenya and all these
And it's
random
scripted,
people.
and then on top
But
of
I met Siobhan last
yeah,
week.
and then
I want to know if she treating her man
on
right.
top on top of that, it's just like you and Adrian, right? That people look at you guys and they like that, and somebody
'Cause I'm
in the
close.
cut, yeah, somebody in the cut knows both of you, and they're jealous. Either they're jealous that I didn't get Adrian before
Mhm.
you did,
Mhm.
or they're just jealous that I don't have that beautiful union that you have.
That happens.
So they want that to break up because they want to feel like you haven't excelled past them. It's a jealousy thing.
So
It's a
I
lot of
think
jealousy.
some
So
of
that's
it
why
is a
people
jealous
don't want to
thing.
show their relationship on
Yeah,
social
which
media.
is both are weird to me. But I feel like it's some of it is a jealousy thing. But I feel like remember how I'm always saying like people keep taking the social part out of social media.
Mhm.
Like yes, I can see more, but think about these are people that you kind of peripherally know and you're
Mhm.
seeing part of them. You wouldn't ask them if you were sitting next to them. And they just said, "Hey, I just came back from vacation
Mhm.
with my man." You wouldn't be like, "So what about when y'all not on vacation and y'all fighting?" That would be weird, right? You
Mhm.
wouldn't say that to a person in the conversation. You'd be
Mhm.
like, "I can't ask that person
Yeah.
that." So when I say that we need to realize that social media is still social, it's
Mhm.
still how you interact with your peers. So you wouldn't say that to a person
No.
who said, "Hey," and they're describing some happy time. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, but what about when you weren't?" You'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that's nice. I'm
Mhm.
so glad to hear.
Yeah.
Congratulations." We still need to act that way just because we saw a picture.
Mhm.
It's still the social interaction. We would never say that to anybody.
Yeah.
If someone says, "I just met a new guy. He is great. We've had a great couple of dates," they wouldn't be like, "Well, it ain't gonna be great for long." And then we wouldn't say that, but we say it when someone posts
Yeah.
it because we forget this is still a social
Mhm.
interaction.
Yeah, the
Um,
only person that would say that in person and on social media is somebody who chooses violence 24/7.
Right. But I mean, like in no, but now saying those kind of things
Mhm.
or expecting, I need to know the bad parts of
Mhm.
your life. Like I don't understand when people post first day of school pictures.
Mhm.
People are like, "Well, I hope you post that report card." Why?
Mhm.
Why do you hope that I post my kid's report card?
Mhm.
Those people are just
That's
bitter and
so
and,
weird
and,
to me.
and
Like
they need a
what-
life.
that's
Yeah.
TV world.
Social media is the new TV.
Yeah.
So everybody feels
Entitled.
Mhm.
I don't want not so much some entitled, but it's like you owe them content
Mm.
to your channel.
Mm.
Ah.
That's you see that's
Yes,
the way I
it's
kinda
like
see it,
because I think that's the strangest thing. It's like
Mhm.
you, whatever you post, they're like, I need to see the other
Mhm.
side of that.
Yeah.
Why do you? Why are you sitting at home when you scroll past my kid's first day of school
Mhm.
outfit and you be like, want to know if their grades are good?
Mhm.
You do? You thinking that hard about my kids and
Yeah.
what? Like that's so strange to me.
Yeah.
Like why and why do you want to know that?
Mhm.
Why do you looking at them smiling on the first day of school? Why is the thing you think I want to see what their grades are like at the end of the
Yeah.
semester? It's the strangest
So,
thought. I've
but
never
see,
thought that when I
you know
looked
what's
at
so
anybody's
crazy?
kids.
If everybody
I don't wanna know,
knows,
'cause I feel
everybody knows
responsible
that I'm single.
to help them.
So the day that I get my significant other, people are going to want to know who that is because
Oh, that happened to me.
I
But-
talk so much on social media. They want to see like, is you talking the talk, walking the walk?
That's crazy.
You feel me?
Okay,
that's none of their
I
business.
can kind of understand what you're saying,
Mhm.
but my thing is, once you do that,
Mhm.
you're not. You can. It's again, like I said, it's a photo album.
Mhm.
My photo album that you take on the happy days when we didn't have
Mhm.
social medias, we had like Polaroids and
Mhm.
stuff, or pictures that we were developing. We're taking them at birthday parties, on
Mhm.
outings, on vacations,
Mhm.
on special days. We're just doing that again now.
Mhm.
It just doesn't take long to develop. We can post them right then. So when people be like, but they don't take pictures of the other times, I'm like, when did we? Have you
Mhm.
ever been in an argument with your significant other and was like, let me get the camera? We need to document this day that we had this fight. Huh? You
Never.
took pictures on your wedding day.
Mhm.
No one's in divorce court like, make sure we get a picture for the album. No
Yeah.
one ever did that. So posting just the happy stuff on
Mhm.
social media isn't new.
Yeah, it's not
It's
new.
the same thing you would
Mhm.
put in your photo
Yeah.
album. So I
It's
find
to,
it
it's
strange.
to
when people-
collect the memory of
it's
the
to
good
collect
time.
the good memories.
Mm.
We never, no one is ever like you. You take pictures at births. You don't take pictures at deaths.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy about what you just said is that the irony of it is, even when you post that, let's say we did post that,
Mm-hmm.
those same people would be like, "Why y'all making Facebook so depressing?"
I guess Adrian's right that they just want to they want the content that they want from us, but they also want the right to complain. I feel like
They
I
always want the
do
right to
because I'm
complain.
like that's what I think they want the right to complain about what's on the channel,
Mhm.
and that also puzzles me if it's not school, if it's
Mhm.
don't like coming the holidays are going to come up, so
Mhm.
everybody's about to say I better see the same person from this picture you're from Christmas and New Year's. Why you better?
Mhm.
Why do you care?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
why
they
does
do
that
post that.
Yes,
I
like
bet is that the person? I better see the person who's in the onesie pajamas with you that you see that you had on Valentine's Day.
why?
Mm.
Why is that something you're expecting from you? Why are you even thinking about it? First of all, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm never that curious. Some people think I have a little thing called main character syndrome. It may be true, but here's the thing. If I scroll past and you have a person in the picture, I have matching pajamas, I'm gonna click like or love. Do you think
I'm gonna check.
on
Valentine's
Valentine's Day,
Day.
I'm gonna remember if that was the same person?
Mhm.
I
I don't
don't.
care.
I'm not that curious. I am never that curious.
What-
If you're not my friend,
Mhm.
I would never think about it again.
One thing I do, I don't know. I guess I'm just weird like
Mhm.
that. But when I know you guys are in a relationship,
Mhm.
I don't click like on single pictures. Like I click like when both y'all
Do
in
I
the
don't.
you
picture.
I don't
know
put
what?
love on. I don't put love on
Do
single
you
men's pictures
know
who are in
what?
relationships
Yeah.
with women.
People used to do that to me.
Yeah.
If I posted me and my husband,
Mm-hmm.
it could be the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
a picture of us together and the picture of me.
Mhm.
230. I'd be like, y'all just like him?
Respect. Respect.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like it's the
respect.
same thing.
Mhm.
It is. And I would be like, that's very strange. That
That's what
gets
happened to
a
me.
lot. And I mean literally Adrian did a photo
Because the
shoot.
because the
So there's pictures from that whole shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a set that's us together,
Mhm.
and then the sets of us separately.
Mm-hmm.
But the sets of us together are like, I was like, and the sets of us single people like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
same picture. We look the same.
Mhm.
All one of us did was step to the side
Mhm.
at the same thing, and I never got that. But now that you just said that, I wonder if more people.
the men don't like the pictures of you by yourself if they have respect for your husband.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
And
true.
I don't like the pictures
I do
of
that
men
because
if
of
I
my
have
friend.
respect for
So
your
fuck me?
for your girl.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. It's not about you. It's just
No. It's just
I don't. I,
I
do.
don't-
I'm gonna tell you why I do it.
Yeah.
Because married men are a lot of married men are quite promiscuous, and if you love or like a picture of them, they think that it either you're flirting with them or it's an invitation to their inbox. Oh, I saw you like my picture,
Mm.
and
Really?
Mm.
I mean, I have friends that I'm friends with the couple
Mhm.
and friends with them separately.
Mhm.
Even probably some of them that I'm more friends with the guy
Mhm.
and that this is their girlfriend and now I'm
Mhm.
friends with them. But I will like single, like the pictures of the person that's my friend, of the
Mhm.
guy, and the pictures of them together. Now, I will notice it's weird if you only like my single and never my couple
Mhm.
pictures.
Mhm. Mhm.
I will notice that after a while.
Mhm.
oh, that happens on my stories.
But I
Mm.
also,
Like when I'm in a picture with Adrian,
but
some
I
dudes
also
is not
feel-
liking and loving
But
that
I
thing at all.
also feel like I may notice it if it's a person I know,
Mhm.
like I interact with a lot.
Mhm.
But again, main character. I don't that if I don't interact with you often,
Mhm.
I would someone who have to point it out for me to be like, oh,
Yeah.
you do that?
Mhm.
Okay, I guess. But I never thought about
Mm-hmm.
what that was. Is that what that's supposed to be? It's like I respect this
Yeah. For me,
union, so I'm not going to like a
Some,
single.
some men
picture.
are like that.
yeah, some.
Huh. So am I not? That's what I'm like. Is it weird that I like both? If it's
No.
the other person is
No,
my
If,
friend?
if the
it's
woman
just-
is in the
Because I
picture
never
with
thought
the
of it. So
guy,
now I'm wondering if the girl be looking like, don't be liking his pictures
Yeah.
by himself. Because
that's
I
why I
wouldn't.
don't do it.
But my thing is, that never crossed my mind
Mhm.
that she may think that now that I'm her friend too,
Mhm.
that I'm not supposed to like his regular pictures.
Mhm.
Y'all make this too hard.
See,
I just like my
it's a-
friends' pictures. If you're my friend and you come through my
Yeah.
feed, I'm just clicking the like. I'm
liking
not
everybody's pictures.
Yeah.
thinking about.
And the thing is that I've changed it too. I like everybody picture.
I'm not thinking that
'Cause we
hard
ain't about to
about
say you
what's
ain't like
this
my picture,
going
you-
to mean.
Mhm.
I can't be doing.
Yeah.
People crazy. Because to eliminate whether or not you gonna think I like or dislike, I just like everything.
You know what I realized? That I like less on Facebook because Instagram is easier. I ain't gotta do much. I gotta do
Yeah.
step.
No,
And
I
I'll
gotta
find
find my
myself if
reactions.
I'm on Facebook thinking I liked something, but I
It was on
tapped
Instagram.
and so nothing happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're kind of addicted to the like.
Yeah.
And the like from people we know. So if that person didn't like, we wonder what happened. Why didn't you do that? Some people, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't. But I've had people ask me, "How come you didn't like my picture?"
That's
and I'd
weird.
be like, "Huh? Maybe I didn't."
I'm
see
not.
it
I'm not
yet.
that. I'm not that vested. That's
I'm
why I
not-
like.
yeah,
everything.
I'm not
use.
the-
Listen,
I'm not the Facebook
I
algorithm
used
person. I don't
to-
know why I didn't see it yet. Like,
I used to be very selective with my likes because if I truly like something, how you know is if I like it. But when I was really selective with my likes, then people started to feel some type of way if I didn't like it. They would literally be like, "You didn't like my picture," and I was just like, okay." So now I just like everything. So you don't now. If I really like something, I gotta
Anthony
message
is
you
over
about
there
it.
just dying about it. No,
I have to
I
acknowledge it
understand.
verbally, or I
Yeah.
have to say something about it if I truly like something. Because now we have made that. This is the thing as well. We have made likes have no value, and that's how I feel about everybody who is now trying to look the same. Now all women are trying to look and mold themselves, so now they have no value.
Yeah.
So in order for them to have value, I have to specifically say, I like this. Let me acknowledge you. I will verbally acknowledge you.
So can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna? I see the new trend with women. So now, the body got done,
Mhm.
breast got done,
Mhm.
eyelashes,
Lips.
same makeup, lips. Now, the new trend is nose. Y'all gonna get the Michael Jackson nose? Because K.
No.
Michelle got it. Then Irene the Dream, who is a big model on Instagram.
Nene got it.
Yeah, so I'm like,
So,
Those women are trying to
here's
look like
my
white
thing.
women, and I don't want to look like
I
them.
I'm not
I don't fall
against plastic surgery
Yeah.
per se,
Yeah.
but it's, and I'm not saying that, hey, whatever they chose, it may not
That's
look
you.
attractive to me,
mhm.
but I also think that a lot of these women who are getting the same thing are putting like this, they're putting these in these positions where they have tremendous pressure on themselves, especially a lot of them from like, maybe what I'm noticing it in is the K Michelle's, the Mimi's who social media career kind of dwindled, right? Like
Dawn got her whole face
their
done.
their
From
reality
Danity
show
Kane.
Oh, yeah?
stuff is like, it's
I love her.
dwindling. So now they have to
Dawn's
like, I got to do something. I got to get back in that limelight that I had before. So maybe, and then they all be going to the same doctor. That's why they look the same. And that's really why they look the same, because they all live in the same area, go to the same doctor,
And that's
do
his formula.
and that's his formula.
Mm.
Because there are times I remember, in the early 2000s and late 90s, and when like a lot of the Upper East Side, all those women were getting going to the same few doctors who, this is what we make. So when you go there, you know by the nose of who they went to. So a lot of times it is that. It is, that's the best doctor to go to. I'm going to him. He got two noses. These are the noses he does, right? You know what I mean? So now everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever do anything to my face. Now the rest of my body, who knows? I might change something. I don't know. My reasons are not like altruistic. I don't like pain. That's the reason why. Like, I'm not saying,
I don't wanna go
I'm,
under.
I have this whole moral code about it. I don't. I just don't like to be in pain,
Yeah.
and I feel like
Afterwards,
I don't like prolonged pain, which is why I don't. Because people are like, how come you can get all those tattoos but you can't get a piercing? Because the piercing hurts after. It's gonna hurt all the time. The tattoo, when the needle come up, I don't feel nothing anymore. It's good. Like, I don't like that. So my reasons for not doing any plastic surgery is, I'm like, oh, I would never. It's just gonna hurt after.
Yeah.
I gotta lay there in pain, wrapped up. I ain't with it
for weeks.
for weeks, just so I look what. I'd be like, I'm fine. I don't want to do all that. Who knows? I might be like 55 and be like, you know what? I want to dunk. I don't know, but
you won't. Your bones be old and shit. You don't want that.
But wait a minute. I've seen, now that freaks me out a little. I've seen more and more older Black women starting to do like,
Full mommy makeovers.
but not I wouldn't have a problem if they did it that looks like this may be you just had a
Yeah,
good body at
yeah, yeah.
60, but not what I've seen. I'd be like, these 21-year-olds who boobs ain't up here. You look crazy, grandma, because you got the grandma face still.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I think we talked about it, and I showed
Is she
you, and
60
I'm like,
or
you're-
16?
like that.
Her hands
looks
look 60.
weird
Mhm.
because you look like a mature woman,
Mhm.
and you could look like a good looking, well dressed, but you got this weird Barbie body that is clearly done. I
Mhm.
also don't get the trend of looking clearly. Yes, I look done.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
never
get
been
that.
that type of
Like,
person though.
do your thing and nip your tuck and
And
lift and
did-
whatever,
okay.
and just look like she kept her stuff up.
Mhm.
But the clearly plastic, and you're like 65 and you've got do, and I'll be like,
Mhm.
Do they have daddy makeover?
they do, and they're weird. They do calf implants and
Yeah,
And
Drake
all
got-
that
They
stuff.
do the
I think-
etching
they do
Yeah,
the
I think-
etching.
I
and
think
yeah.
Drake got the
in
abs,
French
right?
Montana.
Did he?
Yeah, he got a little bit of etching.
Who?
Drake got a little
Yeah,
bit of
Drake
etching.
and
Champagne Poppy.
Exactly, girl. That's how he became.
Hi,
Poppy.
Eugenia.
he got it before he got his little stripper baby.
Yeah, they do hate to admit they are voyeurs. You're absolutely right. But I
Look
don't.
at me moving my boobs up on
I
camera.
didn't know
That's
he
weird.
did that. Y'all
Mhm.
hurting my feelings. I know.
No,
I
French
love him.
Montana got his etching done
I
too,
d- I don't-
but it
I
looked
think
like he
French
made his
Montana's
with an
corny.
etch a sketch
Mm.
because his was real.
Are you
We're like-
serious?
Sir, you went from chunky.
I did not know that they were that was. I mean, I knew that was a thing, but I didn't think.
Action figure.
Yeah.
I've seen like you see people. You know what it is? It's like the trickle down that now black men are starting to do it
Mhm.
because white men been doing it for a minute.
And
Mhm.
Spanish.
Yes. Oh yes. A Spanish man don't care.
Hello.
Hey girl. I feel like
Majesty said that Drake did not.
I listen. If there's
Majesty, you was
someplace,
there.
if somebody gonna come
Majesty.
to his defense,
You better
it's
been
my
in the
girl.
room.
You see how they talk
Um,
about our boyfriend?
No, that's the whole thing.
Girl,
about,
I find the artist please.
What's his name? What's the guy? Pusha T. That was his. That's why he kept saying it's gonna be a surgical summer during the his beef. He kept hinting to that because he had that dirt. No, he had
Mad. You see
dirt.
how they talk about our man? That's crazy.
But it's cool though. You know, if you doing, there's nothing wrong with that. It ain't like he got his extended.
I mean, that seems more practical.
You doing that too.
Everybody,
That seems like
the full daddy-o.
that's
Well, Cap-
not part of the daddy-o makeover. I don't think they have. But you know what? I wonder, are there packages you can go get? Say
Oh, yeah, I'm
a
pretty sure
mommy
you do.
maker. I wonder what a daddy makeover entails.
I'm pretty sure you could get
So
the
you
whole
get a little
works.
abs, you get a little calf
Yeah.
implant.
No, that first
You
of all,
get-
I don't want to. I don't understand why you would do them all and then be like in pain for 3 months. Then you can't even do nothing. Like I got to go into hiding for a whole.
He didn't get his
So,
mouth
90
done.
days.
I had I know a person
Definitely got his
who,
Beijing
when
done.
she got her boobs done, what she did was when she left, she before she went back, she did big chop. So when she came back to work, people didn't notice that. They noticed you look so different,
Yeah.
but couldn't like that. The last thing to think, which made sense to me.
Mm.
If you're not trying to do it for like, I want this, to my body to look this way, I want to get this lip, but I'm not trying to be over the top to people be like, I'm
Oh.
gone, you
So
were
should
out
probably
of
get
work.
My body done before I lock my.
And then she was like, that's all that happened. You've been gone for a month or so when you
Oh
came
my
back.
god, we love your hair.
Oh my god, you cut your hair off. And
Oh my god.
about you. Your shirt didn't look like that when you left.
Mm.
And she said by the time the shock of that wore off, nobody noticed that.
Mm.
And I was like,
I would have noticed.
not you, a genius.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have noticed.
that's dope.
My friend literally was because I haven't seen her in like 2 years because she
Mhm.
left to go to like Wichita, Kansas or something. And
Mhm.
she came back, just happened to see her, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm here for 10 days. I'm here to get my boobs done." And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, I'ma notice. when you go back to Wichita, they gonna notice too.
Definitely gonna know some Wichita.
So I was asked to assist
Mm-hmm.
with a recovery house down here,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
I had to think about
A
that.
recovery house.
Yeah.
What,
recovery
to
house.
have one, to start one?
No, they're gonna start it. They
Mhm.
just because they're from another state.
Mm-hmm.
but they want me to assist with making
Okay.
sure the operation is all good.
First of all, those are really needed down
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
really popular.
Because and there that's like so many people right now are getting people that do other kind of work like
Mhm.
estheticians are getting the training because the aftercare, the thing is we're getting the
Mhm.
surgery more
Mhm.
and then we're not doing the aftercare. So
Mm.
all those girls that you see that got a lump and it's all hard after because
ain't got
they're
the
not
massage.
because they're not doing
Yeah,
the
exactly.
aftercare.
Because they can't be massaging their own
Yeah.
booty. They just got their
So
boobs
that's-
done.
Yeah,
That-
so those
Yeah.
those are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah,
friend
yeah.
Everyone
owns
could do
one,
after, yeah.
Sunshine Post Op Services. She went from being a CNA to now being her own business
Nice,
owner,
nice.
and she has a whole place where she brings you to. She's
Mhm.
got a van that's got the layout.
Nice.
She picks
Mhm.
you up, puts you in.
And Tika
Drop
Walden
you
does
off.
does
the
aftercare
So-
too.
out of the
Leakage.
whole-
Yeah.
Yes, you have to do the lymphatic massage, and the thing
Mm.
is, that's not on that care credit, y'all.
Yeah.
You got to pay for that after,
Mhm.
like, and they get the money, the financing
Yeah.
for the surgery, and then after all that aftercare, they did it, and it's like, nah,
Yeah.
you gotta get that,
Exactly.
or everything that they moved,
Yeah.
it has to be massaged, or it's gonna just
Yeah,
harden
exactly.
and become lumps.
And that's one of the reasons why I considered helping her with it because
I think they need my hands.
I think because what happens
Do you
is
need
so
your
many women have been dying
Oh,
Yes.
through mal care,
hmm
and I just want to if they're gonna do it, I'm not really a fan of it, but if you're gonna get it done, at least I want to assist you in being at least being able to survive that and letting it be properly done.
Also, because why I paid all that money, now I got
And
these
now
four
I got-
lumps right here.
Mhm.
And what did I just go through all that pain for? Guys,
Yeah.
y'all gotta do the aftercare. Please
Yeah,
stop
so
showing up.
Education
like
on that
that.
has got to be up there.
Please stop showing up
know.
with the I ain't gonna go for the aftercare massages.
Mm.
And now you just lumpy and hard and
Yeah.
weird and that was for nothing and you spent all that money.
Yeah.
Oh, what's for
Um,
something? They still got the booty.
No,
Mm.
but it doesn't. It
doesn't
then
look good.
becomes those things. Remember, didn't we have that girl on that show? We interviewed her
Mm,
back here. Remember that?
yes.
We had a girl on the show
Mhm.
and we interviewed her back there.
Oh yeah.
What was her name?
No, don't say it out
Why?
loud.
It's-
We
I
we
think
gave
it's-
her mad social
it's,
media promo.
Something Miami.
Miss
some-
Miami,
Miss-
Miss Miami, something like
think-
that. And she had
think
like the biggest.
Yeah.
It was so she. Where did you see the video? We had her twice on the show,
Yeah.
and she wanted to come on Heaves Drop after.
Twice for each side.
No, her trying to fit in that room with us, her butt.
Yeah.
It was like, first of all, she walked through, the restaurant was open. People was like,
Oh, there she is. Miss Miami needs 60-inch butt amputated.
Yeah.
Botch
Yes.
docs say to fix
Exactly.
it after
yes,
illegal.
we had her on the show and she talked about it.
Yeah.
But it was crazy,
Oh, yeah.
right? It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was like, but she didn't have it. That's why it was all the hard and the lumps and
Oh
it
yeah.
looked
But she
crazy.
had got. She had got.
She
the
got multiple
low budget.
surgeries.
She started out low budget. You know the whole cement fix the flats.
Yeah,
fix
it
a
was
flat
it was
type
it was
joint.
crazy.
So,
That was crazy.
you know.
Look at Adrian's face because you saw the picture.
Yeah. So it's
She's like on X videos, and I want her to get her ass off of there.
She'll do something with it. So listen, guys, we just wanted to come on and say hi. We were having a little technical difficulties earlier, but we'll be back next week. Real quick, what we have coming up. If you guys haven't, go and read and subscribe and share to our latest Bossy magazine. We've got a ton of cool stuff in there. We've got, see, this is why I'm in love with Anthony. He genuinely cares. Messi, get off my screen. We've got Majesties is wrote an article in this issue. We are doing a little delve into dating as in polyamory. Okay,
Mhm.
so dating multiple people. We are talking about financial health in this issue. We are talking about spiritual wellness. A lot of us want to kind of explore that journey, but we're really not sure, like, what are the steps? I don't want to sound stupid. I don't know what my chakras are. I don't know what crystals I should look for. But in our own Liz has written an article, like a kind of spiritual wellness for dummies. That's
Mhm.
there. Our cover girl, Sandy Jean, the Spotlight Diva, all the story about all of her multiple businesses are in there. We've got our Bossy Bachelor of the Month.
Chris Clark.
Can y'all stop just putting eyes under his picture and sending
ya?
it to me? I don't know what that means, y'all. I gave you his contact info in the article. Stop just putting eyes under my picture. Holla at Chris. Like not at me, not a
I think
matchmaking
you're
site.
his manager.
I know, like I'm not. There's no setup there. Y'all got to reach out to him yourself. And we'll be back in like January with another issue. Woo! Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got something going on.
I wrote a short story. I'll check that out.
Adrian's got a short
I'll be
story.
writing.
Adrian's got a
Oh,
couple of
okay.
things. Adrian got a couple of things going on in this issue. So
I'll be right.
she's got a she did this month's Truth Be Told. We're talking about how y'all come at people in their DMs.
Yeah.
It'd be a little weird sometimes.
a lot. It's a
Y'all
lot.
gotta learn how to be social on social media. So it's a really great issue. You got some great advertisements. Oh, really quick, I got something super cool in the mail today. So about a couple of months ago, I wrote a foreword on a book called Beyond the 9 to 5. And it is a inspirational stories from Black businesswomen. And it is right now number 206 on Amazon.
Nice.
An Amazon bestseller for women business books. And there's a lot of really great authors in the book, and I was really like grateful that they reached out to me to even do the forward. But the book is amazing, and you guys can order it on Amazon. There is
the link in the chat.
You get the links in the chat. There's ad in the magazine, and yeah, that's what we got going on. And we'll be back next week, and we'll talk about all the new stuff going on, plus a super cool event I'm going to be throwing.
And if y'all don't know, because some of y'all are great parents, tomorrow's no school. Okay?
Here anyway.
Gotta wake
no
up.
school here tomorrow anyway.
Oh, good.
So I'm trying to vibe for the rest of the
Good.
night.
I get to
I'm
ride on
lying, about to go to
95 with
sleep,
no
y'all.
traffic.
All I do is make fun.
Nice.
Right. All right, y'all. We out. Y'all stay bossy.
Peace.
Hey, check fragility.net.
Well,
And I actually think
while
it's
he
the
still
very
has his
first
hand,
ad.
set
It's
it, check it out.
the very first ad in the magazine you open. Click the link. Bye, y'all.
Oh, we. Spanish, 'cause- Good.